You may have noticed we always like to make our prints bigger than their designed size. But did you know this doesn't mean you have to support them from scratch? Let's look at scaling pre-supported Lychee files. Once I have Lychee open, I head over to the Lychee library to find a model to demonstrate. I ended up going for this Quistis model by 3D Moon. It's marked as a pre-supported model, so it's going to be perfect to demonstrate this process. With it imported, let's focus on just the main body since I can see that they are hollowed. As a general rule of thumb, I wouldn't personally scale up or down files by more than 15% if I don't want to do all of the normal checks involved in the full supporting process. But Lychee also make it super easy to go bigger, and we've scaled pre-supported Lychee files provided by studios by as much as 50% without it feeling like we're starting from scratch. So let's first look at the easy and quick method and how to scale up by a smaller amount. On this layout tab, find the scale button here. Make sure you have uniform scaling on. You can see that you can either choose to scale to a measurement or by a percentage. If you're working on a model split into pieces like we are, it's best to choose a percentage and then you can make all the parts the same. So here we type in 115 and you see the piece change size. When you increase the scale, you'll often notice the supports change with the piece, but if they don't and they instead no longer look straight like the supports we have here, then don't worry, Lychee can fix this. Move over to the Prepare tab, highlight the supports, and click this Recalculate Support button. Now your final steps are easy. Still within the Prepare tab and under the Support selections, you will find this button here to add bracings. I would recommend doing a suction check at the very least, so they will be brought to your attention if any of the drain holes no longer go all the way through the model. In fact, we have a couple affected on this torso, so we're just going to adjust the penetration size and you can see the suction warning disappears. I like to keep real-time proximity check on, but if you haven't, then you can also click here to do a proximity check. If you have supports that are going through the model, you can change the support visibility under this View tab, allowing you to easily see what supports are potentially causing a problem. On this occasion, really only one of these are a problem. The red bracings here are not actually touching the model, and the bottom one is just outside of a hole, but it is always better to check them just in case. Now, what if you're scaling by more than this? Well, there are some extra steps to take. For example, if you're taking a 1/8 model to a 1/6 scale, you can scale to 133%. Or what we most commonly do is take 1/6 files and scale 150% to give our signature 1/4 scale prints. So, what extra steps do we need to do? Once you've done all of the steps we covered previously, you need to consider that everything is now scaled at a much larger percentage, so it's going to need more attention. The first thing I like to do is redo the wall thickness. Increasing the size of the piece will increase the wall thickness. So I go back and minimize this again. This tool is also under the hollowing tab right here. Adjusting this is usually enough to make the drain holes visible again, but you are able to consider whether the piece would now benefit from a slightly bigger drain hole. If you want to do this, click on the hole to select it, and you can easily increase the diameter by typing in a new value. Or maybe the drain hole isn't long enough anymore, so you instead just need to increase that penetration. If you don't want to change the wall thickness to make them thinner again, then you will definitely need to pay close attention to the drain holes and extend the penetration to make them work. Once the drain holes are fixed, I next run a suction check. It's not impossible that scaling up by so much could introduce new resin traps. We have to remember that the files weren't designed with this much of an increase in mind, and we could be creating problems that the original sculptors never would have known about. If any of those yellow lines appear, then take a scroll through the layers to see if it would benefit from any holes or blockers. We'll expand on those features in a future short tutorial. Next, we need to consider that we've created a much heavier piece, so it's going to need some extra supports. Using the pre-supported files helps us see where the sculptor originally placed supports for a successful print, so we now have a great guide to build on. At 150%, it becomes important to use some heavy supports. We'll dive into different support types and their uses in a future video too, but for now, head over here and use Lychee's preset heavy support settings. I like to turn off the snap to grid function like so, and then I am able to make sure that these bigger, stronger supports go from build plate to the model. Now, whilst we're here placing a couple of supports, Change the view on the layer slider so that you can see from the bottom up of the print. Redoing the wall thickness has lost us all of our internal supports, so we now need to replace them too. Don't forget to place particular importance on supporting the peg holes. You don't want them to warp during printing and affect the final fit of your model. Next, we need to make sure that all overhangs are supported. We've extended the surface area quite a bit, so I will use Lychee's island detection tool to find any final spots that need supports. If you want to check them yourself, you can use these arrows and it will take you to each island that it thinks needs support. Honestly, this tool is really efficient and reliable, so these days I tend to just trust it and I hit add support to all islands. Now don't forget to add those bracings back in like we did in that first example too. Finally, let's run that proximity check. Sometimes the bracings can get a bit close to the model, sometimes it's fine, but it's always worth a check and they're very easy to spot and remove if there are colliding bracings. On this occasion, we seem to be fine. For the raft stage before export, everyone tends to have a different preference, but we like the line triangle raft. And as for thickness, it can depend on the piece, how much you scale by, your printer, and even your resin choice. On this occasion, we're going to do a 1.5mm raft, and now we can hit slice. And here we have a successfully scaled printed piece. If you have any questions, do comment below, and if you have tip video requests for future, let us know and we can add it to our ever-growing list. Thank you to all of our patrons on screen. We really appreciate your support, and thank you all for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.